Welcome to another tortured morning in the Ren. I had a big night last night. And sort of, it was one of those nights where you have a lot of realizations about yourself, your origins, and that sort of shit. Drunk, dumb, and racist comes to mind. Drunk, dumb, and racist. It was a documentary in Australia that came out last year. Directed by Joe Hildebrand. Sorry, directed, he hosted this show, Joe Hildebrand. And he travelled around Australia with 4 Indians. Because there was a common misconception, or there was a common conception, there was this idea in India, that this is what was told to call centre workers. They would say that, don't be offended by Australians, don't worry, they're all drunk, dumb, and racist. And so I've always had a certain distaste for Australian culture, Australiana in general, and a certain shame of myself. You see like the Germans are educated about the Holocaust. In Australia we're taught to be ashamed of our history. We're taught to be ashamed of the massacres and our treatment of the native population. None of that bothers me, actually. I'm quite proud of Australian history, white Australian history, what little there is of it. I'm quite, I'm proud to be, white Australian, the convict origins and shit. I don't care about that. My family was, Australian, my mother's side at least was Australian aristocracy at some stage. That was, so I'm proud of that. What I am ashamed of is the decline in sort of self-awareness in Australia. And so I was instantly sucked in by this, idea that we are viewed externally as drunk, dumb, and racist. And I sat there and thought, yeah, we are all these things. This is why I hate other Australians. They are drunk, just dumb and racist, ignorant. We are very ignorant people. We don't study other, it's very rarely that we study another language. And last night, I met someone who really just rubbed me the wrong way. And I went on the attack, and this girl did nothing wrong, but she did personify everything that I detest about my passport. So, rolling along, drunk, dumb, and racist. Indians are taught that Australians are drunk, dumb, and racist, which is very true, and so this documentary just goes about really sort of testing this theory. I don't remember what the conclusion was. I left Australia before it sort of finished. I really would like to go back and rewatch it all. So I pride myself on I try to distance myself from Australia and being too Australian. I even make an effort not to have very much of an accent. I only consort with foreigners. You see where I'm going with this anyway. So last night, went out, first big night out since the New Year's Eve that left me kind of traumatised when my friends found me upside down in a toilet stand with, half a bottle of scotch pouring out my nose. Last night, big first night out, drank too much, so I was drunk. I know I was very drunk because I had a conversation in German, and I don't actually speak German. So that's the level I was at. I was speaking tongues. We leave the bar, I did something dumb. I did something very dumb, got one of the waitress's phone numbers, even though I didn't really want it. I was dumb, I was drunk, did something dumb. Then we go down to the kebab shop, just towards Place Stanislas, and there's this cokehead British guy there that I just start talking to. First of all, because he's drunk and I'm drunk, and I'm thinking, oh cool, maybe there's someone here I can have a punch on with. Maybe I can get into a fight with someone, this would be fun. That's the Australian thing to do, get drunk and punch a complete stranger. No, but we got chatting, and his girlfriend comes over, and she's this peroxide blonde with a familiar accent. So I ask her, where are you from? She's from northern Sydney. native of Perth, but spent her whole life, spent most of her life being educated and living in North Sydney, ritzy North Sydney. She's a posher. North Sydney, where she studied fashion. And she's been around the world 4 times. She doesn't speak another language at all. She's got this cokehead British boyfriend. She was just everything I hate about my country, and so I went on the attack. And even my friends like, yeah, you had really taken digs at her. She's been around the world on daddy's money, lives in northern Sydney on daddy's money, studying fucking fashion. And you could just tell it's like, you look in her eyes and you could just see thoughts blowing around like a paper bag in the wind. And so there you go, I started being a racist. I started racially profiling this stupid blonde Australian. I was really mean. I was really mean. I was everything that I hate about Australians. I was drunk, I was dumb, and I was being a racist. And that was my night out. That's why I shouldn't be allowed to drink ever. Because when I drink, I become Australian. I catch a real bad case of Australian. That's my video for today. I'll see you next time when I talk about something clever and witty, and when I'm a bit less hungover. Ciao.